Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for week 1 of our E-do-cation basics training. I am super excited to share this training with you. It's a training that is by my upline, Jen Oldham, and she put together what she called Train to Elite, and it's just a phenomenal training. I am super excited to pass this over to her. So I'm going to go ahead and just pass that over, and then I'll be back at the end to talk about what we're going to do in the homework and that type of thing. So let me share my screen with you. Alrighty. And hold on just a second here. Okay. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. So let me turn that over to her, and then I will be back at the end.
And welcome to Train to Elite Week 1. I'm so excited about this because this program is amazing. It really does give you the little step-by-step instructions of what to do to build a successful business. And I'll tell you, the people that follow this, the people that I'm seeing, have really great results in their business, which is always really fun. I do this business because I love the oils, and I love that I've been able to create an extra income for my family. But I also love showing other people how to create an income for themselves and their family as well. So I'm going to get started, but before I do, I want to show you something real quick. We are going to do a question and answer this time. So if you are listening for the first time, this is something new that we didn't do last time. Last time I had a lot of people say that they wanted an opportunity to ask questions at the end, but I didn't have time because I do 3 webinars back to back. So I have Train to Elite, and then I have Train to Premier, and then I have Train to Diamond. And so, people aren't able to listen, I'm not able to answer questions because I'm always rushing to get off, but I realize that many of you have questions, and I really want you to be able to ask those questions. So everybody grab a pen and paper right now. This is the number that you're going to use. I'm going to even read it out loud to you as well. So we're going to do a question and answer at the end. And this is for those, I know many of you will be listening to the recording later, so unfortunately you won't be able to take part of the live question and answer. The live question and answer happens every Tuesday at 10:30 Mountain Standard Time. Sorry, I had to think about that because I have 3 webinars at each half hour. So what I want you to do is I want you guys to call at 10:30, so that's in an hour and a half. You're going to call 1-857-232-0158. And then as soon as you call that number, you're going to do a conference code, which is 316110. And this is where you can ask all of the questions that you have about the training that we did today. So that was one of the items of feedback that we got back last time, is that people really wanted to be able to ask questions. And so keep those questions, write them down or type them out or put them in your phone in your notes section or whatever it is. And then as soon as we're done with that last call at 10:30, we're going to start that question and answer, and then you can ask those questions. And it's going to be on the phone, so it'll be great. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome to Train to Elite. My name is Jen Oldham. I probably should have introduced myself earlier. But I am a Blue Diamond with doTERRA, and I absolutely love this business. This has been one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in my life. And we've been my husband and I have been building this business for about 4.5 years. And it's been amazing what it's done for our income. It's amazing what it's done for our lifestyle. It's created a lot of great things for us that we really love. And it's also made it so we've made a lot of new friends. That's one of my favorite things is the new friendships that have been created. So what I'm going to do in this series is I'm going to just show you all of the things that I wish I would have known to do when I first started the business. Now, I signed up 5 years ago, but I didn't really do anything for the first year because I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know that sample bottles existed. So I certainly don't want anybody else to feel that same way and feel like they don't know what's going on. So I really want you to feel like you know exactly what to do to grow your business. So that's my goal, is to give you the step-by-step instructions of how to build. So first of all, the most important thing is to have a destination in mind. So when my husband and I talk about going on vacation, they never happen unless we pick a destination and when we're going to do it. So a lot of times we'll have conversations like, yeah, we really want to go on vacation, but then it never really happens because we don't ever say, okay, we want to go to Hawaii in March, or we're going to go East Coast in April. So it doesn't happen because we don't actually pick a destination and then create a plan for how that's going to happen. Same thing goes with your doTERRA business. You know, I have people come to me constantly who are interested in creating some income with this. They don't really have a plan, and it's hard to succeed or to get somewhere without knowing where you're going. So it's really important to decide what you want to achieve. What do you want to create with this? And if you'd ever like to do a three-way call, invite your upline and your mentor and then maybe the nearest diamond upline and do a really great three-way call to discover where you want to go with this, really what you want to create with this, what you want to do. It's always fun to pull in a diamond or above to work with. So if I'm your nearest diamond or above, I'm happy to work with you as well and do a three-way call with you and your upline, you and your mentor. But to just really help you create a plan. So really decide what you want to achieve with this. And then, okay, so let's say that you want to create $1,000 a month because that would really help to ease the finances in your home. Maybe that would make your house payment for you. How much time do you want to work a week? That's the next thing that you need to decide. Are you wanting to put in 5 hours a week? Are you wanting to put in 10 hours a week? You really need to decide how much time you want to put in. And then you really got to decide, okay, so can I really achieve the goal that I want with the time of hours that I'm willing to put in? And you want to make sure that those two things align. So, you know, for me, when I first started, it was like I didn't know what I was doing, and so I didn't really have a plan, and so I didn't really go anywhere. The first year of building, for me, I was like, hey, I want to hit silver in August, and so I was willing to put in, you know, 15, 20 hours a week to make that happen, and it did happen. But if I would have said I want to hit silver doing things like I'm currently doing, which is nothing, it wouldn't have happened. So it's important to decide, you know, what do you want to achieve with this, and then how much time do you want to put in, and then really importantly is really create a schedule of when you're going to work. Okay, so I'm going to do 15 to 20 hours a week. That's perfect. So I'm going to work Monday mornings from 8 till noon. I'm going to work Wednesdays from, you know, 2 to 5 when my kids are at dance or preschool or whatever, you know, whatever it is. And then I'm going to work on Friday mornings because my husband doesn't work on Fridays. And so that'd be a really great day for me to work. And I'm actually going to work all day because he's home all day and he can watch the kids. So create the time for when you will work. So creating a plan is huge. Now, what goes into Elite? So Elite is, you know, that is when your volume is 3,000 OV. And it's, you know, and I do train to Elite because I feel like this is the beginning stage of a business is, you know, learning how to get to the rank of Elite. Now, many of you guys have done this before, and many of you are rocking your businesses and you're really close to Elite, and congratulations to you. That's so awesome. But for those that are new, I wanted to just, you know, explain a couple of things real quick. But the first thing that goes into being an Elite or doing this as a business in general is living a lifestyle. You really need to be using and loving these products. So you want to make sure that you're ordering 100 PV every month. And really, if you want to maximize the compensation plan, you want to make sure that you're doing 150 PV and then having each of your builders on your front line do 150 PV. Now, the end goal that we're going for is to find, for right now, is to find 3 people that want to do this as a business with you. So you're going to put each of those 3 people on your front line. Now, when each of those 3 people on your front line is doing 150 PV order, your volume is going to be 600 between you and the 3 of you. You're going to get a $50 bonus. Now, when they get their 3 builders, they're going to get a $50 bonus, and then you're getting a $250. And then once they get their $250, you're getting your $1,500. So to get a commission check with doTERRA, you only need to do 100 PV, but to maximize that power of 3 bonus I just explained, you'll want to make sure that you do 150 PV along with your 3 frontline builders. So it's important to get in the habit of using these products and really getting to know them and becoming familiar with them and using them. You know, a lot of times I hear comments like, well, I've been ordering every month and I have a lot of oils. Well, you know what? This is a lifestyle for me. I'm using the Lifelong Vitality. I have my kids on the A to Z chewables and the IQ Mega. I use doTERRA's soap. I love their foaming hand wash. It's my favorite. That's what I have in every bathroom. That's what I have on my kitchen sink. And then I'm using their shampoo and conditioner. I'm using their skincare. I literally have turned into a doTERRAist, if you will. I love the lifestyle. I love the product. So it's important. And the more you use them, the more that you'll love them. It's important that you're living the lifestyle. And that doesn't mean you need to be using every product that doTERRA has. But it just means you really need to be living a doTERRA lifestyle and really incorporating their products into your everyday life. Because as you do it, it becomes easier to share with other people. So you're living the lifestyle. That's part of what goes into Elite. You're also sharing. You're going to be sharing a lot of samples. And you're going to be finding people to share with. And then the other thing that goes into it is building. And what I mean by that is hosting and teaching lots of classes. So to sum this up, you're using the oils, you're sharing the oils, and you're teaching classes and hosting classes. So it's basically you're sharing with other people what you're coming to love about doTERRA. So throughout this series, I will refer to, there's a planner called the 6-3-1 planner. And I'm going to talk about the 6 and the 3 in this training. And these are the 6 things that you should ask yourself on a daily basis. Who will I share my oils with? Who has attended a class that I will follow up with? Who has enrolled that I will help better understand the loyalty rewards program? Who is using the product that I want to talk to about the business? Who is building that I will support? And what will I read, watch, or listen to that will help me grow as a leader? So you'll notice that I have 2 things bolded on this list. And that's because right now we're focusing on learning how to share. We're not focused on doing a class yet. We're not focused on getting on LRP. We're not focused on talking to people about the business. We're just focused right now. This is the very beginning. We're just talking about how to share oils. And then I'm always a big advocate of personal development. So I want you to think about what you will watch, read, or listen to that will help you grow as a leader. So I always encourage people to do daily personal development. So you might choose for 15 minutes a day to read a book that gives you leadership skills. Like GoPro by Eric Warhay is a great book. Making the First Circle Work by Randy Gage is a great book. The Big Leap, trying to think of the authors as I say these. The Big Leap is a great book as well, and that's by Gay Hendricks. And then there's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Those are some really good things to read. But then another thing that I would do is learn things that are going to help you with this business. So I will absolutely help you with the training, but I also want you guys to be, like supplementing your learning along the way. So, for example, I want you to, there will be a week where I'll have you watch a video on the compensation plan, or you may choose on your own time to watch a video more about the power of 3 that I just explained so that it makes more sense to you. Maybe you can watch a webinar that has like a visual that shows you how it works. So I want you to make sure that you're constantly learning more because it will help you to grow your business. Now, I don't want you to turn into a personal development junkie where that's all you're doing, because I want you to actually go out and build as well. So that's why I say spend 30 minutes a day on personal development and then spend the rest of your time building your business. I don't want you spending all of your time in the airplane flight simulator because I actually want you to learn to fly that airplane. So on a weekly basis, you need to be attending 2 meetings. So you want to be going to, like my team meeting is every Monday morning at 10 a.m. So you want to make sure that you're going to your team meetings. You're welcome to come to mine, especially for those that are on my team. I'd love to have you there. And then you also need to be working with your mentor on a weekly basis, just because your mentor is somebody who's been there. They've done what you've done, and they can help get you to where you're going. And then teaching a class. So we're not focusing on teaching a class this week for those that are brand new. We're just focusing on your team meeting and talking to your mentor. Now, what I want you guys to do is create a list of people that you would like to share the oils with. Now, I have a lot of people come to me and say, I don't know anybody. Or they'll give me a number of people that they know. And I hear it a lot. It's something I hear very, very commonly. And what you need to realize when you're telling me that is, I only know 5 people I feel comfortable sharing with, or 5 people that I think would like this. That's really what that translates into, because we know a lot of people. In fact, what I should have done is looked up the average number of people that we all know, because we all know a lot of people and we interact with a lot of people. So what I want you to do is think about 100 people that you want to share with, and really think about who could use these oils. And it's kind of a trick question because who could use this oils is really everybody. So think of people who are not using these oils. I can create a list of 100 people at any given point in time that I would love to get using these oils. And I've been doing this for a long time. I have 13,000 people on my team. Now, that doesn't mean I've enrolled 13,000 people. It means I've enrolled probably, I would say I've enrolled 100 to 150 people. So this business really is about enrolling, but it's also about finding key builders that are going to be enrolling, and they're finding their key builders. So it's not all about doing it all yourself, but the point is that I can still create a list of people that I would like to share with. As I look out into my neighborhood, I live in a circle or a cul-de-sac. I don't really know the difference between the two, but out of the 3 people that live in my cul-de-sac, none of them use doTERRA. None of them. And I live in Mapleton, Utah. So those are 3 people that I could put on my list and talk to about the oils. Now, some of them have connections. In fact, all of them have connections to the oil. But the point is that, you know, there are people all around you that you can share the oils with. And some, like, for example, some of the people in my neighborhood are waiting for the right person that they know, like, trust before they're going to be ready to hop in and start ordering the oils. Because I will meet somebody that has heard about the oil a ton. Once they know that I'm doing it, or once they get to know me, they feel really comfortable working with me, and that's when they want to sign up. Or maybe it's like, hey, I want to do the business with you, Jen. I've been waiting for the right person to come along. So I want you to write down everybody that you think of. Just create a list. And if you've been doing this for a long time, like if you're listening to this training, or if you've been the second time, or you've been doing this business for a while, think about, create ways to meet more people so you can add to your list. So for example, I'm going to go to Arizona for 4 weeks. I'm really excited about it. So I'm working with a couple of my key builders down there. We're working on hitting the rank. They're getting the rank of platinum. But I'm also going to join my own meetup groups because I want to go make my own contacts as well. So I am thinking about ways that I can go and meet people so I can find more people to add to my list of people that I want to share with. Another thing I've been doing is I joined some groups on Facebook that have to do with things that are going on in my life. So for example, we have twins. So I could join a Moms of Multiples group. And those people are going to be easy for me to relate with because we both have, twins, triples, quads, whatever. I met a lady that has quintuplets. But the point is that, join groups of like-minded people and find more people to add to your list. So think about your kids' preschool teachers. Think about your neighbors. Think about people at your church. Think about people from your husband's baseball team that you go and talk to on a weekly basis. Just, think about everybody. Just think of anybody you can possibly think of. Don't limit who you put on your list. I will tell you, the people that I'm like, man, they're going to love these oils. They're natural-minded. They do home birth, homeschool. doTERRA is made for them. Sometimes those are the people that won't even give you the time of day. But then you've got the other people that you're like, oh my gosh, they have no money. There's no way they could afford this. And they don't really seem to care about their health. I cannot imagine them liking this. These are the people that sometimes are the ones that love the oils. And oftentimes the people that you think will like them are the ones that like them. The point is don't judge people before putting them on your list. Just put them on your list. And don't worry about losing your friends. I am a huge advocate of having more friends, not crossing people off your list of people who are your friends because you've annoyed them to death. I'm a big advocate of making more friends because I'm a social person. I love to be around people, and I like for people to like me. So anything that I teach you is going to be in alignment with my philosophy, is creating more friends, not getting rid of the ones you currently have. So I want you to really work on formulating a list of people that you can share with. If you're feeling stuck, find ways to meet new people so that you can add them to your list. Anybody can do this. And maybe you live in a small town. That's when online might be a great opportunity, is make some friends online and on Facebook groups, things like that. And then I want you to think about 6 to 10 people who you know would rock this business. And you're going to write them on your list of influencers. Now, I don't want you to focus on going to them and saying, oh my gosh, you've got to come do this business with me. You'd be so awesome. I've been thinking about you. I don't want you to do that because I'm sure many of you have been approached like that. And it's annoying. It's annoying to have somebody who hasn't talked to you in 10 years come to you and tell you that they want you to do a business with them. It's like, wait a minute, you're using me. I feel used. So for me, when I want to do business with somebody, I reach out to them just on a friend level and I reconnect with them. Because oftentimes when people see what I'm doing, they're interested in it. They're like, you're working like 15 hours a week and you're making almost $500,000 a year and you're raising your kids and your husband works full time? Yep, I am. So a lot of people are interested in that and they want to join along with what I'm doing. So just think about who you'd like to build your business with you and work on nurturing those relationships. That doesn't mean you're going to go and approach about that in business right now. You're going to work on nurturing those relationships. And share a sample with them. Why not? This is a great thing to get people involved with. Okay, so some tools that you're going to want to have is, first of all, you want oils to share. So that's part of the reason it's really important to be ordering on a monthly basis is you need to be using the oils, but you also need to have oils to share. Another thing that you want to have is sample vials and then cards or brochures. So I'm going to show you real quick what I mean by that. So you're going to go to Aroma Tools or My Oil Business or EssentialOilGear.com. And so containers. So sample vials. sample bottles. So aromatools.com, you can find their sample bottles. Now, one thing that might be good is if there's a group of you that are in the same area, you can order 144 sample bottles that are quarter dram. So I'm going to try to see if I can find them. And I think they're $37. So if that's like, wow, I can't afford that or whatever, you can maybe go in on it with a couple people on your team, but you'll see it's right here. So a quarter dram amber glass vials with orifice reducers. There's 144 of them. They're $37. So I definitely recommend giving these quarter dram bottles instead of the 5/8 dram. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to have something to hand out with their samples so they can learn how to use their oils. So a budget item that you can use is this Modern Essentials card. They're $3.75 for 25 of them. I think that makes them 25 cents each. I can't remember. I think it's 25 cents each. So it's 25 cents each. And it gives them the oils, how to use it, and what's it good for. So it gives everybody an idea of how to use their oils. Now, if you would like to spend a little bit more money, so it's 25 cents each, you can hand out this little Healthy Candy Simple guide, and they're 60 cents each. The point is you want people to have you want them to have a sample, and you want them to have some sort of information on how to use that sample that you gave them. And then what you want is you want to start getting those wheels turning in their head, and they'll say, oh, I could use this for allergies or asthma or mood, or, it's really, their mind starts spinning, or, kind of turning and thinking. So those are some tools that you're going to want to have online is this oils, sample vials, and then cards or brochures. So cards are the Modern Essentials card. The brochure is like the A to Z guide or the Healthy Candy Simple thing I just showed you. So when I share a sample, what I do is, first of all, you create your list, and you find the people that you want to share with. Now, what I want you to do is, we're going somewhere with this. First of all, I'm showing you, you're creating your list, and then you're going to start sharing your samples, and then you're inviting your people to class. So this week, I just want you to work on sharing samples with people. Just have them start using the oils. And the next week, you're going to be inviting those people to class, and you're finding even more people to share samples with. So the first thing I like to do is I like to qualify people. So for example, I mentioned that I have 3 people in my neighborhood who are not using oils. I will tell you right now that my next door neighbor is not a good candidate because her family does doTERRA. So, what I like to do is find out, hey, have you ever, for example, I was sitting at her house and she told me she'd hurt her ankle. And I said, hey, have you ever tried essential oils before? And she said, yeah, my mom does doTERRA. And I'm like, oh, that's so awesome. I would definitely have her get you some Deep Blue to try on that ankle. I think it will really help you. So you can say something like, give them an idea of what they would want to use. If they say, yeah, I already use it. But if they don't, just say, you know what, I would love to share a sample of this Deep Blue with you because I know you've been mentioning your ankle problem. And I know that it will really help you feel better. So I wanted to just give you this little sample, and I wanted to give you this little card so you can know how to use your oils and be comfortable with them. That's literally how I share a sample. It's really easy. It's really simple. I literally say, here's some lavender. I know that you've got a son that's struggling to sleep. I've been thinking about you. So I want you to use this on him so that you're going to have some really great results. Put on the bottom of his feet, maybe put a drop on his pillow. You're going to notice some great results with this. So first of all, I qualified him. I asked him if they'd ever heard of oils. I gave him a small sample, and then I gave him some information on how to use it. And I'm keeping it simple. I'm giving brief instructions. Now, one thing I did mention on here is only giving samples of oils that give instant results. I'm huge on that because what you don't want to do is give out samples of something that that they need to use several times or over a long period of time to get results. We know that oils can do great things, but we're going for a good experience right away. So Deep Blue can be good, Pastance can be good, Digestin, Lavender's good, Peppermint's good. Breathe is good if you're having issues coughing. I had a doctor on an airplane next to me that was packing up a lung, and I gave him some Breathe, and he was like, wow, that helps a ton. So make sure when you're sharing, you stay positive, keep it simple, ask them questions. What you don't want to do is go to their front porch with a sample and then spend 15 minutes talking about yourself. You want to ask about them. What's that been like with having a son that's not sleeping? What have you tried? Have you ever tried natural solutions before? Have you ever tried essential oils? Are you open to trying them? I've seen some really great results with them myself. So ask them questions instead of keeping. You want to make sure you keep it about them, not you. And if you're the one doing most of the talking, then reevaluate. Start asking them questions and give them clear instructions. Now, again, things to avoid when you're sharing is talking too much, trying to sell them on the oils. Right now, we're just giving them an experience. You don't want to say, okay, so here's some lavender. I want you to use it for your son so you can sleep. And it's really cool because if you want to get it, you can buy it for 21, or if you want, you can buy it on my account, or if you want to do retail. I mean, people are going to get confused, so don't worry about that. All we're doing is handing them an oil, giving them simple instructions, and showing them how to use it. There's absolutely a time to quote unquote sell them on the oils. And that's going to be at your class or when you do a one-on-one, not right then and there. Unless they ask about it. And when they ask, you can definitely answer. You don't want to give them too little information. So you don't want to hand them a bottle of lavender and say, here you go, it's going to help your son sleep. They may not know how to use it. So make sure you give enough. You don't want to be a negative about, and that means don't go and say, oh my gosh, doctors are so stupid. They don't know what they're doing. They never know what they're doing. I went for like 25 years, never helped me. You don't want to be negative because, like, for example, my neighbor, her brother's a doctor. And if I sit and bash doctors, she gets really defensive. And I don't bash doctors, but I was just mentioning how I was feeling frustrated with the doctor once. She got really defensive. Luckily, we were talking about oils, so it wasn't tied together, but you don't want to be negative. The last thing you want to do is act embarrassed. Like, I don't know much about these. I don't know if they work. You don't really have to try. I just thought I'd ask. Or no pressure. You don't want to act embarrassed. Of course, you're not going to pressure them. And you can show them that you're not going to pressure them by how you act. You're going to just simply say, yes, try. I'd love for you to try this. So definitely don't act embarrassed. Okay, so your job this week is going to give you guys weekly assignments. And when you do your weekly assignments, we do weekly drawings for $100 in oils for those that are on my team. So I always love handing you a list of oils and saying, hey, pick from these. So I want you to schedule your success. And that means, when are you going to work? How many hours a week are you going to work? When are you going to work? I want you to create a list of 100. If you've been doing this a while, my challenge to you is to do it again. I want you to find 10 people to share samples with and just use that little format that I showed you just now. I want you to pick an accountability partner. So find somebody who is just starting out in the business like you are, that you can check in with on a weekly basis, and you can talk to see how things are going. And then find a mentor. Find somebody who can help you on your journey. Usually this is the person who enrolled you and got you going with the oil. If they're not engaged in the business, reach out to the person above them until you find somebody who is building and ask to mentor weekly. So this week, I wanted to just tell you about it real quickly, about an awesome resource called E-do-Pro. They have some really great things on how to share oils. Webinars or videos or whatever you want to call them. So if you go to mydopro.com, go to learn, then training, then success challenge, then share. There will be some good little video clips on how to share your oils. So there will be a link sent to you in your email, and it will be the homework link so that you can just fill out your name if you've done the homework. So this is the homework right here. So you're creating your list, sharing samples, meeting with your accountability partner, and meeting with your mentor, and you're scheduling your success. So when you do those things, just fill your name out on this list, and you will get $100 or be entered into winning $100 of oils. Now, many of you may have questions. So bring those questions to our conference call in an hour. Again, the number is 1-857-232-0158, and the code is 316110, and we will see you in an hour. Have a great day.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch that. Sorry, I got to get readjusted here. So a couple things I just wanted to let you know. The webinar that she talked about at the beginning of the class, she did this webinar series about a year ago, I think is when it was. Sorry, I'm dropping things here. And so she's not doing those question and answer webinars anymore. So those don't exist. And also the promotion that she was talking about at the end of the webinar, those were her things at that time. We're going to do our own promotions where turn in your homework. You'll be entered into a drawing that we're going to do every week. And I'll put more about that on our page. But those ones that she was talking about were, those are, you can just disregard those. So, but I'm going to get the homework link posted as well. So I need you to turn that in by next Wednesday night. And if you have any questions during the week, please let me know. Just send me a message, and I will definitely answer any questions that you have. Hope you have a great week. Talk to you later.